This morning we're heading off to pick some Cabernet Franc grapes, so let's head on out and get some grapes and make some Cab Franc wine. All right, we're back from the vineyard. We were picking some Cabernet Franc grapes. So just to show you what these grapes look like, beautiful clusters. Now, Cab Franc grapes they're thicker skinned grapes, so they're gonna add a lot of like deep purple colors to the wine, so it's going to be a really deep purple color. Lots of tannins in here too. Not as tannic as a Cabernet Sauvignon, but it still has a good amount of tannins in it. So it's going to add a lot of mouth feel and body and complexity and stuff to the wine, which is really nice. Now we're going to do a little bit of a Brix check here to show you what we're looking at with these grapes. These are really good quality grapes. Really pleased with the quality from this vineyard. He does a good job. This guy's name is Dennis. He does a really good job with his vineyard. So let's do a check on the Brix here. We'll just pull one grape off. A lot of times too, you know, some grapes will, in the clusters and stuff will ripen faster or more than others. So some will actually be a higher Brix than others on there. So I'm not too worried about it. But one of the things you want to look for, I'm going to kind of show you some stuff here. So this is the skin for the grape. It's going to be a thicker skin. So you see how thick this is. This is a nice thick skin. So what we're going to do is we're going to use enzymes in a soak, but when we go into fermenting, to break these skins down and draw the color out of the skins. So these skins will turn from the purple that they are now, almost black, to kind of a light red color after it extracts the color from it. But it's also going to take the tannins and stuff out of the skin. You see how thick that skin looks. Okay, so then I'm going to eat the skin because it's delicious. So if you look at what I got going on in here on the refractometer, there's always a couple of seeds in the grapes. So when you look at the seeds, you want the seeds to be brown. If you notice, these are brown seeds. That means the grape is ripe. So when you pop them open, if the seeds are green, it means the grape isn't exactly ripe yet. So you always want to look for green seeds. So we'll go ahead and get rid of these seeds. Now the seeds also have good tannins and stuff in them as well. So when you're doing your pressing, you can get extra, as well as from your fermentation stuff, you can get extra tannins from the seeds. So looking at the Brix level, wow, that's really good. So we normally shoot for like a 24 Brix, but this one came in, you can see that, 25.8. So that's a good high Brix number. So when we do the crushing on it, we will check to see what the total Brix is, because we'll get some that might be 22 in here. We could check another one and see what we get. Like we'll pull another grape and see what we get from it. The 25.8 is a good solid Brix. Let's try another grape. Good to eat the skins. Spit the seeds out. Seeds are brown, which is good. All right, let's see what we got on this one. Oh, that's funny. So the other one was 25.8. This one's 26. So this is going to be a nice high Brix, which is good. I'm just hoping the acid's good because we want to make sure it's balanced with acid as well as the sugar. So we're going to go ahead and get to crushing these and getting them prepared to ferment. So we're going to show you what that's all about. All right, so we're going to fill up these buckets and dump them into the distemmer. We want to make sure we take leaves like this out. We don't want those in the distemmer. So you'll see they're in here. Let me just pick the leaves out that have gotten into the tub when I was picking. Just throw them out on the, and we'll fill this bucket up. More leaves. Get rid of those. We don't want those in the destemmer. Pick the leaves out. A couple of runaway grapes, but don't let them escape. All right, and then we dump them in the top here. All right, so we got it full now. So then what we're gonna do is crank this wheel on the side here, and it's gonna push these into the destemmer, and then you'll see the crushed grapes coming out here into this trash can. And then it spits the stems out the side over there, so we can pull the grapes off the stems. Makes it easier instead of having to do it by hand like I did one time. 400 pounds of grapes last year. It took me 9 hours. This is a lot faster. So we'll go ahead and do this with all 240 pounds. Then we'll come back and show it to you in the fermenter before we get ready to add the yeast and get the fermentation to go. Get a good exercise doing this too, so it's a good workout. So if you ever want to volunteer to come help, get a workout in, I'll let you eat some grapes too. All right, so I'll show you what this looks like right now. This is just about full. So there you go. So this is going to be the grape must when it's all done. Notice the combination of the skins and the juice. So the longer we let the skins sit and the juice, the more color and flavors and stuff that it'll get. So we'll go ahead and get ready to dump this into the fermenter and get it going. And then we'll come back once we're all done. And show you the fermenter and what it's going to be like when it's all full. All right, so we got all the grapes crushed, all 240 pounds. This is a 44-gallon Brut trash can. So we have enough room for the cap to form so it doesn't overflow. So once this starts fermenting, it'll push the skins up, all the skins that are down deep in the liquid. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull a sample to test the Brix on it now that everything's crushed and kind of mixed together, and also to see what the pH is, because pH and sugar are both important aspects to making sure you're getting a good quality wine. So we'll draw a pretty good sized sample here. There we go, and we'll go ahead and head it on over to the lab and test this out. All right, so now here we are at the lab. We're going to test the sugar and the pH on this. So one of the things you're going to recognize is that you see how this is yellow? Grape juice is yellow when it comes off the grapes. It doesn't turn red until it sits on the skins for a while and is able to draw color from the skins. So the longer it sits on the skins, the redder it'll get, and or purple. This should be a nice purple color, but it starts out yellow like this until it has a chance to macerate, sit on the skins, and the enzymes and stuff will draw the color out. So we're going to test the sugar content. So it's a Brix on this right now. So we'll see what we get here. 24.1, it's perfect. That's kind of what we shoot for, 24 Brix. That's exactly what we got, 24.1, which is great. We'll test it one more time, just to take another sample and test it, mix it up a little bit, make sure it's consistent. Yep, it's consistent. So we got 24.2 that time, so that's perfect. So our Brix is right where we want it to be. 24.2 would put us right at around 14%, which is nice for this kind of red wine. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to check the pH. So let me get the pH meter set up and we'll show you how we check the pH. All right, so the next test we got to do to make sure everything is all copacetic with our wine is to test the pH on it. I've already calibrated the pH meter here. So we're going to go ahead and drop the electrode into the must and see where we're at. We normally shoot for like anywhere from 3.3 to 3.6 is normally really good. So let's see what our acid's like, our pH. Let's go. We want to go pH. There we go. So 3.46, that's really good. That's right in the middle where we want to be. So it's not going to be too low on the acid or too high. It's like right in the middle of the zone, which is perfect. So this is great, great pH. So now we're going to check our what's called titratable acid. So let me set that test up, and we'll show you the TA or titratable acid test here and what we get from it. We normally, for that, we want to shoot like between 6 and 7, like in that area. But we'll see what we get. All right, now we're going to test for our titratable acids. So we want to wait till this gets to 6, or from 3.6 where it is now. We want to get it up to above 8, like 8.2, I think is where it'll trigger the stop on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to drip a little bit of titrant into it to neutralize the acid in it. You'll see it change colors too until the pH tells us that, you know, it's like 8.2, and then that's when we'll take a reading to see what the titratable acids are. So we want to drip this in slowly until we get a beep from this machine. So we're going to turn on our spinner, our mixer, because we want this mixing. So right now it's only 5 milliliters of must in there with 15 milliliters of distilled water. So we have enough to test. And then we're just going to drip this titrant in there, TA titrant. So we want it to drip slowly. So we have to just turn it ever so gently until it starts dripping. So otherwise it comes out really fast, and we don't want to mess up the test. In close, it's going to start to drip here. It's coming out a little bit now. It's not dripping yet. Getting close. There it goes. You can see this will start going up now as it drips the titrant into there. So we can drip it a little faster. We're dripping a little faster now. So you can see the pH is now going up. 3.7. And you can see the titrant dripping down into the mix. So we'll keep an eye on this number here. Once this gets to 7, we'll slow it down a little bit. So we still have a little ways to go. Turn it up a little faster. We're above 4 now. There we go, it's a little faster now. So once we get to 6, we'll slow it down. Turn the mixer on. It's a little too fast, I think. Slow it down a little bit. It's just manipulating the speed. Keep it so you don't get too far. Five. 6. We're getting close. So 6.7. 7. We'll slow it down because we're 7.9. We'll turn it off now. All right, so that'll tell us where our TA is. So we're at, it's 2.8. So we multiply that, and that puts us at a TA of 5.6. Yeah, 5.6, which is a good TA. So 5.6 is good. So we're just about at the 6th level, so we're not too high on the acid, so it should be really nice wine. So we'll go ahead and get the yeast ready now, and we'll pitch the yeast to get the fermentation going. So we'll come back as we're getting the yeast ready. All right, so did all of our tests on it. The pH was 3.45, which is really good. The Brix was 24.2, which is really good. And our total acid was right around 6, which is good. So now we're going to we added some enzymes to it already. So now we're going to add our yeast and get the fermentation going. So we'll just go ahead and pour the yeast starter here. We're using a D21 yeast. It's really good yeast for Cab Franc. It'll make it a real fruit-forward Cab Franc. So the yeast actually has profiles on what kind of flavor profile you should develop for it. So we'll go ahead and add the yeast. So the yeast is there. So this should start fermenting, and hopefully we'll have a good solid fermentation going in this in about between 4 to 6 hours. So it'll have a really low lag time because I've fed some must into it beforehand and got a really good starter going. So, And then right around 6 more hours from now, we're going to add some fermentation tannins in there to make sure the color sticks out the way it's supposed to, and add some little mouthfeel to it. So there we go. We're ready to ferment. We'll come back and show you guys the first cap punch down when we have fermentation. So we'll see you then. Here we are 6 hours later, and we have a cap, which a cap is just the grape skins being pushed up by CO2 gas from the fermentation underneath it. So we're going to go ahead and press the cap, but first we're going to throw some food in here for the yeast. So we're throwing some nitrogen food. So we'll go ahead and sprinkle that in, and this will give the yeast enough energy to be able to ferment. And we'll add some more food at about 1/3 of the sugar depletion. So we'll go ahead and spread that around like that, like so. This is pure organic nitrogen, which the yeast loves. And then we'll go ahead and press the cap. Now I want you to look at remember the color before it was all green? Now look at the color of this now. Look how purple it is. So we're drawing all that beautiful color out of the skins. It's a nice cap that's formed on this. So that we have a good robust fermentation going. And the smell on this is ridiculous right now. It just smells so good. So get all these grapes wet again. I'll end up having to do this about 3 times a day. So this is going to be an amazing Cab Franc wine. So we'll check back and do part 2 of the series here when we get ready to press it, and probably be about 14 days. And we'll see you then.